All right, so Maggie, you want to ask me something, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, then go on, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. Like, you know what it is? I see a lot of people who are outspoken, who are for our people, you know, on the ground level, so to speak. Like, what made you take that stance of being pro-black? Like, what made you get into it?
I studied African history,
Yeah.
world history, and Abrahamic religion together for like 10 years. So my bookshelf is just like
What
crazy.
level of African history?
African history prior to colonization of Africa, and also after. I've done pre-colonization and post-colonization.
And you went as far back as you could go.
I went as far back as you could go as an African,
Yeah.
as world history, because that's where the earth started. That's
as an
where
African
humanity
or a
started.
dark-skinned man?
As a dark-skinned man, you can call, because we've had many names over the years. Do you get what I'm saying? So as the original people. The original people.
Tried to go back as far.
I tried to go back as far as I could. So, and then what I found is coming up to the modern day.
You went back as far as being original people.
The first humans. Humans. As far as we know, the first few humans are found in the continent that we know called Africa.
All right, cool.
Right.
Yeah,
So that's where I went, and then what happened as the more I read, and then the more I looked at our current position, and I said, okay, we find ourselves at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder globally. Black peoples.
Sometimes,
If you pick a country, doesn't matter which one it is, you will find that the people at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder there will be darker skinned people.
A Western country or Asian country.
Even in African countries. If another race of people enter that country, you will find black people at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. So if you go to North Africa, for instance, you will find the lighter skinned Arabs at the top, darker skinned Africans at the bottom.
In normal society.
In normal society.
Yeah.
That's what I found in my study. So I said to myself, when groups of people find themselves either oppressed, marginalized, put to the side, they normally band together. So if you think about women, when women found themselves oppressed and marginalized, they created the feminist movement. When Jewish people found themselves oppressed and marginalized after the World War, they said, all right, cool, we're gonna band together. So I said, okay, so what people generally do when they find themselves in a position, they band together. So I said, all right, cool. If we find ourselves in this position, I would say the best thing for us to do is to band together and try to do something. So that's really how I came to my stance.
What level of pro-black are you interested in? Is it something that you feel you want to see in your lifetime, or something that you want to see, something that you feel you want to happen regardless whether you're here or not?
Regardless of whether I'm here or not. I've always said I think of it like football. Yeah, it's like the football team's going to survive even after the other players are gone. So Beckham's no longer with Man United, do you know what I'm saying? But Man United are still Man United. So I would say my team, I've chosen my team, and my team are black people. That's the team that I've chosen. And it's like, I want to see them do successful with or without me. I could be on the team, not on the team, and I don't have to be, and within the team, there's other teams within the team, if that makes sense. So there are black people that say, okay, cool, I'm black, but I'm not black like him. I'm like, okay, cool, but I still want to see you do well.
No, we know we're going to step into debate more.
It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. I'm just saying, all right, but I'm not black like you, but you're black. So I'm like, I'm rooting for you to win, innit? I might not be on your team, but I want to see you.
Just because they're black.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I want to see you. I don't care if you're from Zimbabwe or from Barbados.
All right.
I want to see you win.
So you've taken that stance, and you see other people band together.
Yeah.
You feel that in some African countries, you feel that some African countries, we don't have black people at the top.
No, we do have them at the top.
Okay.
They are at the top. We have some good black leaders. For me, if you want to be specific, Rwanda has been voted for the past couple of years as like most cleanest African country, best. Like, I love Rwanda. Do you get what I'm saying? But when it comes to, because of the history of Africa, post-colonization, Africa finds itself in a certain position. Do you get what I'm saying? And that is due to, and I don't want to make excuses for anything, but it's due to a lot of the historical account, there's a lot of history that happened with Africa. But I'm saying that doesn't have to be your legacy, because that, in my eyes, is a blink in the history of Africa. Like, colonization's what? 1,400 year process.
So you in England, growing up in England.
Yeah.
Yeah. turning into debate mode.
It's all right. Let's do it, bro. Let's do
Make
it.
sure you stay locked in, yeah? Yeah? So you in England, do you feel that black people deserve equal rights
Yeah, of course.
as every other race
100%.
when you're born in this country?
Yeah, of course.
Do you feel, second question, do you feel that black people are going to get that level of in the Western country?
No, because it doesn't
Do
make...
you feel that Asians people get that level of in the Western country?
No, because you're not supposed to, in my eyes.
Okay, so is there a minority or majority of each race that actually peak through certain times? Do we have them?
Yeah, we do. But the thing is, I've always said, if it's your country,
Yeah.
Matt, it makes sense that you're gonna get the majority of the stuff. Like, if it's like my house. In my house, I'm running it. So if you're a guest here, or even if you grew here, but you're not an original part of the foundation, the people of the house are gonna get the best stuff, and that's not bad or good. That's just the way it is. Because in your house, you're gonna get the majority of your stuff. I'm not gonna go to your house and be like, I want exactly the same things that Mega's got in his house. I'm in his house. You're gonna be like, bro, it's my house. You know that, right? Like,
So what are you coming from? You're not religious.
no, I'm not
You're
religious.
not standing religious. You believe that something, but you wouldn't say God.
I'm a pantheist, so I believe that everything is interconnected. So energy is the source of everything.
And is there a point that you would say that you would class as a God?
No, God is like for me, God is like an anthropomorphic figure that looks at stuff and does this and wants you to do that. I don't believe in that. Yeah, I don't believe in all that.
That's like religion, isn't it? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
so
what religion says.
Yeah.
Religion will put it in like the aspect of a human like form because of maybe the times religion was created. That's my understanding from it.
I totally agree.
So if you understand knowledge from a certain aspect, do you feel you need to be pro-black?
I am a product of the environment I find myself in.
I'm going to say it again. Yeah.
I need to be this way because of the way in which with the place that black people currently find themselves. In a utopia, I wouldn't need to be. But the world ain't a utopia. The world ain't like, not everyone's equal. Everyone is equal as a human being. We know that. But not everyone is treated equal. So because of the environment I find myself in, I've got to adopt this stance, if that makes sense.
Me and him's gonna have a deeper conversation, and I know we're gonna come back for a day, and I'm gonna ask him a couple more questions in a second.
Keep going though.
I see you going like Mega step into interview.
Go on,
I see you going to like speakers corner and stuff like that, and get into debates. Yeah.
That was years ago now. Though.
What is it about those debates which you feel you needed to address the Muslim society or the Christian society? What is it? What was it? Yeah, what was it?
So when I studied Abrahamic religion, I was studying it not to become a part of it. I'm trying to understand the origins of it, because when I was studying the history of Africa, I found that these religions came in and just like shifted like huge parts of what Africans were doing. So I'm like, okay, so if we were to go back 1,400 years to like the first invasion, we call it the Arab Muslim invasion, North Africa. Africans had their systems going on, and then the Arab Muslims came in and just shifted the whole, and I'm like, whoa, like when you read the history, you're like, wow, they came in, they enslaved people, they done all of that, and they gave them the religion. So
all religions kind of.
Right, and then the Christians came.
Through wars, what happens through wars.
So then I realized that the Abrahamic religions had a big part to play in Africa's history. So when I read that, and then I read, because my family were all Seventh-day Adventist Christians. That's what I was raised as a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, and when I started to kind of look at religion differently, I got shunned by my family.
So what do you think about those religious books?
I think they're human beings' way of interpreting the unknown that we can never ever know. Generally, I think, because when you say God,
what you're saying is that literally these books are stories interpreting things that can never be proven.
Never be proven and never be known. Because...
So do you feel that any of these books have any hidden...
100%, there must be hidden knowledge in every book.
In all those books.
There's hidden knowledge in every book.
Your question, or your answer to the question was basically like, yeah, there's stories that can't be proven. who's
story.
John, who's this, who's
who's Muhammad, who's that,
Moses,
like, who is Allah, like, who is Yahweh, like, where are they?
So these are questions that should normally be put out. So you don't think that it's like metaphorically speaking in some of these situations?
A lot of it is. However, if you were to go to
how they've been preached.
If you were to go to Islam specifically, they don't do metaphors.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, this is literally it. And I'm like, bro, I'm sure you can find a deeper level because all right. So I would say go back to Africa. Sorry, I'm going off now. So go back to Africa, right? And when you go back on the walls and you go into the spiritual systems of African people, you find levels.
Yeah.
It's not all literal. So when I see something, I'm like, all right, cool. They interpret it differently and they say, oh, there's a level to this, and it is metaphorical to make you get it. And I've always said, if we're going to get it, we have to use metaphors, we have to use things that we understand. But even though we use that, there's an unknown that we just don't know. And what I don't like is people, I've read all these books, me, myself, and I don't know what the unknown is. And I've got people that have read one book telling me that they know, and I'm like, bro, bro, I've read so many books, bro, and I don't know.
True.
But for you to read one book and tell me you know, you're talking nonsense to me.
The common sense of everything in life is just say, you couldn't even read my autobiography and know the whole of my life.
Exactly.
So there's
how you gonna read
too much people in one book for you to say you know everything about that one religion or that in particular person or story.
But what happened at Speaker's Corner with me, if we go back to Speaker's Corner, is that when I was debating these people, because it was a debate, and then they turned up the dial on me, because I was just going there to debate the thing, and the dial got turned, and I'm like, yo, what's with this energy, bro? Like, what's going on? And then it was like, yeah, and you're doing this about the Muhammad, and I was like, whoa, bro, like, I'm debating, innit? And then I kind of realized that the energy that thing brought to me, I'm the type of person, essentially, I would say that I'm a calm lion. But I'm still a lion. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
the type of people, like when I see stuff like that, it's like just cool people like us, right? Like same with Callum, like I see Callum go through it. That's what I'm saying. Like there's certain positions that you call different people for. People are speakers, but when you're putting together a powerful organization, there should be different people for different
things.
Business,
100%.
Politics, 100%. Law. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might have to rough up a few people. And that's how it goes. But just in all sense, like, I like what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
But what we must also educate the masses that to have an open mind a lot more.
I agree.
Even in the level of being pro-black. Because what was in the
I'm
beginning,
open for dialogue though.
what was ever in the beginning, so it shall be
in the end. Yeah.
So if we were those ones in the beginning,
then you might be the end. Right. And the thing is with me, man,
I wouldn't say might be. I would say, when you look at other races who you feel you need to be pro-black against or for, you know what I mean? Like,
but I'm not against no one though.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want people to understand that.
Our people need to then start positioning ourselves a lot better.
You're right.
You know what I mean? We have to position ourselves better. If we want to do a community or business or whatever it is, we can see how they manage to take over societies or how they manage to be in a position of power. So instead of us being just on the surface, make sure on the back end, doing the same thing.
No, I totally hear you, and I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, I just wanted to know whether your pro-black stance was something that you wanted to see in your lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, even the term pro-black though, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't really use the term. Yeah, it's like levels. It's like, okay, all I want to do.
No, because I say it because you say it.
Yeah, no, I would say I'm a black nationalist or I'm a Pan-African. I'm a Pan-African.
Okay.
Those are the stances that I take. Like nationalism, like nationalism meaning I want to see black people do well.
Yeah.
Pan-African meaning every black country around the world should have some kind of economic or social plan to start.
So are you willing to share your knowledge, right knowledge, and be openly spoken about to the masses in today?
Everywhere and anywhere.
Okay.
That's why I'm here, because everybody questions me on white people question me, Asian people question me, and I'm like, cool, let's have the conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind. But that's just the way I am. But it scares a lot of people sometimes.
And what's it leading to? What are you gonna? What would you want to?
I want my block on the pyramid.
Yourself, huh?
I want my block on the pyramid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Come.